Can we pry him away from the bar? He's busy over there.
How are you,
Coach, thanks for having us.
Do I put this on?
Yeah. That way, yesterday there's a little problem. Everyone hearing my questions, so hopefully that helps. So, state week, feeling good?
No, I hate it. I don't sleep at all. But
I know. I don't think it's fun after you look back afterward and it was fun, but it's all nerves at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's you try to ride those nerves, I guess.
Yeah.
At least that's what you tell the kids, and there's only so much you can do. You can only handle what you can handle. I can't worry about what the other schools are going to do, and you just worry about yourself. So, we talk about channeling their nerves. I'm sure every coach says the same thing. I just say it hopefully a little louder.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
relaxation exercises.
Exactly. Whatever I got to do, man.
Well, you have a unique experience because you're the coach at your alma mater.
Yeah.
What's that been like for you over the years to, obviously you've lived the tradition as a swimmer and now as a coach?
Yeah, it means something a little more, I'll tell you that. I still keep in contact with a lot of guys, especially the guys I swam with. Up until, that girls' season, which we took second, it was the best team that had been at Loyola Academy. So I just talked to Eric Maurer the other day. Garrett Woodward, who's on that, state-winning relay, Tedeschi, those guys will be invited to my wedding. It's a good group. And that's the one thing I could say about Loyola Academy is that it's a different feeling. I always tell the boys, it's nice to win, it's nice to go fast, but honestly, there's something about that pool that's not what you're going to remember when you're done. So,
you snuck it in there. Coach Stonequist is officially off the market.
After tell you what, that market was cold for a while. It was like the stock market, or the housing market. But I've had a good year so far. So we'll say that. Hopefully she's watching. I'm sure she's not. But.
Well, talk about your boys' squad this year. Obviously, everyone knows Andrew Jovanovic. He's unbelievable. Only a sophomore. What is it like to have this kid around every day?
You know what? It's fun. It really is. He's a deep thinker. He thinks about every aspect of his race, and I'm really shallow. So the two of us work very well together. But he's a go-to guy. I think one of the things he's learned over these last 2 years is how important he is to the squad. And he knows what he has to do to help the squad, and he's really gotten into it. We had a great finish last year, and that was for guys like Frank Toops and those guys. It was really good. And now with Ray Hill and Justin Pasquazi, there's a little fire under these guys. They really want to go. They really want to go fast. They really want to finish strong. So he's a phenomenal swimmer. He's obviously much better than I ever was, and he teaches me more than I teach him. But that's the type of guy he is. He's a true team player. So
now he's very versatile. 50 in the fly. Is there ever consideration we got a kid that good? You saw him go 155 in the IM.
I know. We had about 7 different lineups, probably. Some of it was just for fun, but the IM we were really intrigued with. There's so many good sprinters out there right now. The fly is so strong. It's almost like hedging your bet.
Yeah, well, the 50 is always a crapshoot.
Yeah, well, it is, and hopefully he's got more of it than everyone else. But it's one of those things.
He seems to roll 7 and 11 a lot.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. And, we thought about the 100 free, but there's 2 things. Justin Pasquazi, we don't want to knock him down a point.
Absolutely.
We want him to get in. I'd hate to him do 13th or 7th and have AJ in front of him.
Coach's nightmare.
Yeah. And then, you know what? He wanted to race the best, and he felt that the 100 fly was going to be the best, and that was his thing. And you kind of got to respect that a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
I got that impression that he was hungry to get another shot at Williamson.
Yeah, no.
And I love that. You got to love that.
Yeah, no, he thinks, there's a bunch of them in the race.
Oh,
and
sure.
He thinks it's going to be a good race. Heck, he's going to have to go to make top 6.
Right.
You can't just loaf Friday.
Yeah, there's no slow races in the state of Illinois.
No, there's no slow races right now. So it's, you know what, he's got that kind of, that fire, something that motivates him, makes him think a little more, which probably is too much. But But don't worry, he's got me to shallow him
Yeah.
out, so it'll be okay.
Well, talk about these other guys. You mentioned Pasqueezy. He's sort of been in the forefront this year. Is that number 2 guy? But you mentioned Ray Hill. Who are some of these other guys we're going to be looking out for? They're going to break out the state meet.
Yeah, Smiley is Justin Pasquezy.
Yeah.
Smiley, the guy never is not smiling. It's his turn, is the way we kind of feel about it. He was, I think, 13th or 14th last year in the 2 and the 1. He's one of the nicest kids I've ever met, one of the smartest kids I've ever met. And it's just his turn. We're very happy that he's got AJ and Ray Hill and Brendan Holzman on the relays. We had to stack the free relays. I mean, this is our first year since 2005, not qualifying in a medley.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we couldn't fool around. We couldn't risk it. So it was Ray Hill is a senior, too. He's had a couple good meets. He swam really well at sectionals. Brendan Holzman comes from a legacy. His dad was a Loyola Academy swimmer. In fact, we keep a top 10 list. His 200 free time on Saturday knocked his dad off the list. So I don't know how that's going out at home. But so those guys are, and our divers. I mean,
yeah,
our divers are pretty good.
Well, especially because one of them had a head hitting incident. Still recovered nicely.
Yeah, we at Loyola, we like to keep things exciting. We like all the attention, obviously. No, but he hit his head in warm up. Hit it pretty good, but got cleared by the nurse or the trainer, and he was ready to go. He actually almost failed to dive, got ones on a dive, and scored 399. I mean,
yeah, that's impressive.
No, yeah, Michael Manhart's good.
Yes,
Michael Manhart's good. Michael Manhart took 13th last year, and we were all blown away. But since then, I've seen this new calm on him that I'd like to see what he can do this year. So,
yeah. Even when a kid hits his head, you're not pulling somebody out of sectionals.
No. Luckily, I wasn't there yet because I would have been like, get back in the water. I don't really care. No, I'm kidding. Safety first.
Yeah. But I talked to Andrew Jovanovic after the New Shirt Relays, and I mentioned to him, you guys thinking about a trophy? He's like, oh, we haven't talked about it, but yeah, that'd be great. I mean, is that something that's discussed at all?
No, it's not. You know what? There's a couple things we've discussed. A trophy is not one of them. What I say is top 5, and then let the chips fall where they may. The one thing that they have seen live and in person was that girls' meet. We didn't think we were going to get a trophy, and all of a sudden we take home a second-place trophy. So, like I said, you can only control what you do. You got to be into every single race. You never know what's going to happen. So we talked about doing some things, going out with a bang, that type stuff, but never saying bring home a trophy. Never saying that that's our ultimate goal because, that's in the state of Illinois, that's a tough thing to do.
Absolutely.
I mean, Loyola's, in the history of Loyola Academy, it's been done twice.
Yeah.
And once in 96, we tied for 3rd,
Yeah.
So it's not a very easy thing to do. So, these guys know what they have to do, and I told them to stay out of the whole, this guy did this guy, just stay out of it. Just stay on what you need to do. And if someone beats you, you tip your cap. Good job. Nice work. I mean, you can only go as fast as you can go. So,
well, 2 things. One, before the season, I had your girls number 1.
Oh.
So maybe I jinxed you.
No,
second was okay.
No. Believe me. You know what I felt kind of about that meet? It was like we did get number 1 because New Trier was going to win.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like who's going to get second?
Well, Coach Woodbury gave me a hard time the whole year. He goes, way to go. You didn't have us first. You gave us a hard time because we haven't won states since 2002. I'm like, you're New Trier, man.
I know. Well, so we kind of felt like, I think it was us, Rosary, Downers, and Fenwick. 3 Catholic leagues in the top 5. We were very proud of that. And when you look at the race, New Trier was going to win. We took second, so we kind of felt like that was our own little state championship.
The meet within the Catholic league.
Yeah, exactly. So it was fun.
One thing that I've noticed over the years is that, I think most of your kids are like you. They're going into it. They're not overthinking it. They're just going out there to race.
Yeah.
Is there something that you do in practice or that you talk about that instills that in these kids?
I wish I said yes. But you know what? We do talk about situations, about living in the moment, about no regrets, those types of things things that everyone talks about. What I do think we do is we talk a lot with each other. There are team meetings before a lot of practices. There are, chances for kids to say what they need, what they need to say, what's on their mind. And we prep them. I believe we really prepped them. And I think what's happened is over the years we've prepped them, and what we've said has happened, good, bad, in between. They believe. They believe in us, and they believe in what's happening, and they believe in each other, which is, you can swim 25,000 yards a day. If you got that, and you got that positive frame of mind, you're going to be fine. So, you know what, I'm sure every coach would say, but there's something special going on in that pool. And we've had our boys, they've had a tough off season. We lost, one of our seniors lost his father. Our captain has been in the hospital for, since October. And these guys have gone through a lot off season. And I think there's a little bit of fire under their butts, fire to get them going for all the stuff that they've gone through together. It's not normal what they've gone through, but they've handled it like champs. I'd tell you, the last 2 years at Loyola Academy have been the best years I've ever had coaching. So it's been, and not because we're going fast, but because they're nice kids. They really are.
Well, and that's the last thing I want to get to. Coaching, most of us went to public schools. What's
we give your buddy Kinsella a hard time about it. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we take care of that for you.
Well, some people say Hinsdale Central is a private school.
Yeah. But you said that. I didn't say that.
Yeah. Well, I'm an alumni too. But, and obviously you went to private school also. But what do you think the big difference is, either coaching or going to a private school as an athlete?
You come from a lot of different areas. You don't just, roll out of bed and drive 10 minutes to get to your school. We have kids from the city. We have kids from the south part of the city. We have kids from, Arlington Heights, kids from Lake Forest, kids from everywhere. We all converge into this, what we call central location. We like to call ourselves scrappy. You get a bunch of different guys who fit, guys or girls who fit the mold that you need, and you scrap. You fight, you punch, you claw, you do whatever you got to do to win. And, I think it's been having those types of groups and the diversity that we do have really lends to something. There's obviously something that, as an alum, I believe in the tradition. I believe, we might not have 1 million state titles or even state champs, but we do have something that is instilled and passed on to these kids since there are alum involved. We have 3 of our coaches are alumni. And our alumni are back at meets and so on and so forth. About 7 of our swimmers are alumni parent swimmers. So it's a nice thing to be involved in. And I think kids kind of catch on to that, and it really helps.
Yeah, I think that's a big key, is if your kids appreciate the tradition and want to build and be a part of that's, if you needed any extra motivation, that's it.
Yeah, no. It helps. It helps. And you know what? They get psyched about beating Fenwick. They get psyched about racing, any of the public schools in our area.
Oh, sure.
What a great area we're in. So,
yeah.
Anytime you can do that stuff, it's good. So,
well, I'm sure you'll be swimming good this weekend. We appreciate you joining us.
Hey, I appreciate what you're doing. I think this is great, man. I think it's great for the kids. I really, it's nice to have you out there at the meets. I think it's wonderful. Great job.
Well, I appreciate it. We swimming. Being a lifelong swimmer, I know it's undercovered, and not always the people that are covering it really, are swimming in people. So
yeah, we're all a bunch of dorks. It really works out well.
I know. But again, thanks a lot, and we'll see you this weekend.
No, good luck. Thanks for everything, man.
Coach Stonequist of Loyola Academy. Our next guest coming up will be Mark Onstad of New Trier. First, let's draw some names for prizes. Giving away some cups here. Oh, am I picking them? Okay. Let's give away 3 things here. Ted Kennedy, winner number